Hi guys, Tammy here from Formflex Compound, and Amber's back here running the camera. We're kind of going to do a 101 on Formflex Compound. Our page has grown so much and there's so many people that maybe don't know all the uses of it. So if this is redundant, we're going to try to do this in different parts, okay? To make them short and sweet, maybe, and just keep on going. First of all, if you're new to Formflex, thank you and for trying our product, and we do appreciate all your business. Yes, welcome to. I hope that you've followed our page, and we also have a group page. First of all, the one unique property about Formflex Compound is that it retains its flexibility even after it's dry. So going around a round surface is not a big deal. Okay, you can go, I was trying to find something that's not so slick. You can put this around, like for instance, let's see, like this right here, like a bucket, this is a
Trash
garbage can, yeah. And you can take and use it to go around a surface like this, and it's not going to hurt anything. You can bend it. It's pretty flexible. The key word is it's flexible, okay? It doesn't bend in half, okay? But it retains its flexibility. Some type of molds, some castings, they don't have what they call enough face surface on them. And it's mostly in animals where they'll kind of rip right where the face is. But you can see any of this can go right around trash cans. Trash cans are really a fun thing to do if you're just starting out. There's nothing that you can do that can go wrong with them. I've made several different ones. You can get these from the dollar store. This is one I think I made this about 5-6 years ago. This is in the office every single day, and this is used. And those are a fun one. Another one, oops. And you can drop it and nothing happens to it. It's not going to break. It's unlike air dry clay that can actually break when you drop it. But here's another one, and these are just really fun pieces. If you don't have anything else to work on, grab a trash can and see what you can come up with. But you can see how it forms around it. It's great for home decor. You can make, I just showed a thing where I did the napkin rings and that using this type of the casting, the hydrangea casting. Frames, you can get this around anything that you want, and it will, you know, like if you had, let's say maybe this one here is bigger, something like this, and you can put that on something like that, you know, and you can get it to curve around. It does, once you paint it and you seal it, then it's hard. I mean, it's not going to hurt it. You can add UV resin to the back, but if you spray it, I use a lot of spray sealers. I don't use so much brush on because I hate brush strokes. And these are my go-to. I like the Rust-Oleum matte satin clear and
the triple
glaze.
thick.
Yeah, the triple thick. If you want to do a base coat, you can spray it with flat. You can put gesso on it. It's not necessary, but you can do it. I highly recommend that if you're going to do like a shiny finish, a metallic finish, that you do base coat it. If you want a real shine, then I would base coat it, and I just spray it with the flat white. But if you want something with metallic, I don't have the gold one out here, but I would definitely put a base coat only because metallics don't go on evenly, or you can put a color on the bottom. So anyway, that's that. And if you ever have any questions or you don't understand something, you can message us and we'll get right back to you. Here's some other trim pieces that are just so pretty. And there's so many possibilities. You can actually nail through this. I put this on a sleigh and did a pin nailer through it to hold it. You can drill through it. It's no problem. One of the things that I'm going to show you is how easy. You want to go ahead and take those. There's so much stuff on here right now. And the very most important thing is that you want to keep your Corn Flex in your refrigerator if you don't plan on using it right away. And the reason we say that is because Corn Flex is an organic product. There's no odor. And all you want to do is lightly brush your mold. You want to start with a clean mold. Now, if you've used resin in your molds, I highly suggest that you wash them, okay? Because resin will leave a residue behind. Just wash them with soap and water, let them dry good, and then go ahead and use them on your Form Flex. The other thing is you'll always want to make sure that you keep your card when you order Form Flex. It comes with a card that you can use at a 45-degree angle to clean it up, or you also use this to get that nice flat back. If you don't want to do it this way, you can take, all the time, I do the entire mold. And what I do is I take a marble rolling pin. I'll put sprinkle a little bit of cornstarch on the back, and I'll just take the marble rolling pin, go over it once, okay? And then I just take my knife. I use a knife, a palette knife, and it's such light pressure, and that's all I do, okay? I just guide that right along and just pull that right off, okay? So that's how simple it is. Form Flex is really malleable. It's easy on your hands.
And use the mold to your advantage. Don't keep moving around the mold. Move the mold to you.
Don't move your hands. Move your mold whichever way is more comfortable. Now, sometimes this is not the best example. I was kind of trying to look before I put this together, and I should have looked harder. This was one that was close, so I grabbed it. Sometimes this, what really comes to mind to me when I do this is like the Nutcracker mold. There's little tiny pieces, a little tiny sword, or the one that's got that little mouse in the Nutcrackers by Redesign, and that mouse tail is just super, super thin. What I'm showing you here is I am dipping my brush in baby oil, okay? Don't use vegetable oil, use a baby oil. And I am ever so slightly putting that in there. Okay, if you get too much, you might want to go like this with your cornstarch. But that baby oil will help release your mold in the tiniest areas. Okay, I'm doing this for a cup. I don't want that bottom half. That's why I grabbed this one, because I was working on this mold and I didn't work very hard for another one. And then I'm just going to pull it this way. If as you are pulling and you see that, oh, my Form Flex is coming out, turn your mold the other way, because it depends on which way the design is. If you pull it this way or if you push it. I always recommend that you pull it towards you. Don't push it, okay? And that might be if you're having trouble with something. But then once you pop this in the freezer, this will come right out. And this is the nice thing about Form Flex. You can just do a partial casting. Does it have to go in the freezer? No. Is that what we suggest? Absolutely. Because it holds the detail. If you don't care, you can do a mold and take it right out. Okay. Then one of the other things, now I haven't done this for a while and I'm a little bit nervous about doing it, but it only because I usually do it sitting down. I don't usually do it standing. Okay, so I'm going to take my Form Flex and I'm going to grab me a gob here.
What happens if it comes out of the freezer and it breaks?
Oh, yeah, that's right. If it comes out of the freezer and it breaks, then you can just warm it back up in your hands, put it back in your bag and start over. So here I'm going to do this. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to clean that up. And you know what? I think I was so busy talking, I'm not real sure that I cornstarched this real good. So you want to do, when you're doing this and you're going to make, I'm just going to show you a little bit, one continuous mold with it. I've made pieces that are, I don't know, 8 foot long, though actually probably more like 5 feet, because I went around a whole coffin thing, for Halloween, and I didn't want to break in it. And so you can just do it that way. Pick it back up. Each time you pick it up and pull it out, you want to set your pattern back where it is and try not to squish that top piece. And you can continue on making, the next amount. And you want to make sure that you do cornstarch each time that you pick it up. You would be doing the whole thing at once. I'm just doing a little tiny piece here to show you. Okay. And then do the same thing again. Clean up your back, light pressure. And if you would have done this 3 times, you would have one great big huge piece. So you can do continuous molding with it. You don't have to put it in the freezer. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to. You just have to make sure that your cornstarch, I highly recommend, I would only do the freezer. That's me. People have more patience than I do. I want my stuff to look perfect, okay? What are some of the things that what can you use FormFlex for? We sat down and tried to write out a list of everything that you can use FormFlex for. You can use it for home decor. You can use it to create lamps with. You can embellish drawers with it, mirror trims, outdoor furniture. You can make fountains with it. It's submergible in water. You can put it in the dishwasher. It's your glue and your paint that you have to be concerned with. You can make jewelry. You can make 3D molds. You can sculpture over it with like an armature. I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done with FormFlex. So this is when I say sculpture over an armature. This is a half a lemon. I made this last year for Halloween. Mm-hmm. And when I say you can drill holes in it, you can see this is a LeBlanc mold, and I drilled the holes so that I could put lights in it. This is a half a lemon that I went over with FormFlex and created the face. I hope that you can see all these pieces. Here's FormFlex. I put a mirror in it. This is FormFlex. I put a mirror in that. But there's just about anything. This is FormFlex right here. There's just anything you cannot not do with it. If you can think it, you can do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can create all kinds of stuff, and it's super easy to drill through. You can sand it. You can do all kinds of things with it, okay? Some other 3D pieces that I showed. Amber, maybe you can hand this to me.
Sure.
I can't quite get that. I did the shoes, okay? I showed a video on how to make these shoes, and this mold, I need the mold piece. It's available. You can get this from Amazon, okay? And there's also a high heel that I'd like to try. This type, somebody found this on Amazon, okay? And that's what this is. Roll out your FormFlex. You can stamp into FormFlex with your stamps from IOD, stuff like that. Yeah, you can show them that. This right here, that's where you roll out, stamp into it. You can do that with it. There's not much you can't do with it. But as long as you have an armature, this right here is just nothing but a styrofoam ball underneath. And I was working on, this is Snowman, so I want a lot of texture on it, okay? But it's really fun to come up with your own pieces. You can do part castings, okay? Here's what is this called?
Persephone mold.
Persephone mold. And I only want part. And I also wanted this ledge put in the back so that I could tuck down in it. And I just did one that I showed for 4th of July, and I put that on an easel to stand up. Some of the other 3D pieces that I've done are these. You want to hand me that? This one here.
Which one?
Those.
Okay.
Yeah. And this I did a while ago. This is a 3D rose mold. This is from Amazon. Here's the same rose. I put it screws on top of a bottle, okay? This is the same mold as what I just made all of these napkin rings out of. And that's the top of this. Believe it or not, I don't know if you've seen this, but this is nothing more than empty tape rolls. These are empty rolls of tape that I just decoupaged over and made little boxes, boxes to put your jewelry in, to put it in your bathroom, put your Q-tips, whatever, in your office for paper clips. But it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to have, you can find things that are around your home that you can add to make your home more your style or enjoyable, and you don't have to break the bank doing it. Then the other thing you can do is you can use Formflex outdoors. I took these from outside right now. These are, they're dirty, you can even see it. They've been out on the front porch. I grabbed them when we just went out there. And this feeds the birds. But this is like a bee or a watering station. Yeah. And then this one goes up against a piece like that and then it holds water. Okay, just a second. Then the other 3D thing, let me show some other, like this right here is, I did this quite a while ago. This was in my family room and I grabbed it this morning. This was actually, I don't even know what it is. I think it was for like maybe a toilet brush holder, but it was brand new when I bought it. I don't think I used it. And I use it in my family room and it sits by the fireplace. But this is also a 3D casting, and you can do that with Formflex. Here I took a lid of a lamp piece and I made my own lid for this, okay? So anyway, that's a piece. These are some Zuri molds, redesign molds, just a little bit of everybody. But you can see how much you can do with just the most simplest of things and make it and create it to your own liking. Home decor to me is probably one of my most favorite. This here I made, and it was nothing more than just a plain candlestick lamp that I picked up at, I think it was a Goodwill or something. And I created that with all the cherubs. I've always wanted one of these kind of lamps for my fireplace hearth. And this is all nothing but Formflex, just a plain candlestick. What you can do with Formflex is you can do vet wrap around it. Once you glue your pieces on, you can vet wrap, okay? So you don't have to stand there and hold it, depending on what kind of glue you use. So that's an option as well. Here's another piece that's used daily in the kitchen.
Napkin holder.
Yeah, napkin holder. Sets right here. Everybody knows where the napkin holder is and grabs that. Wait, there's some more here. And then you can do lamp shades out of it. Here's a lamp shade that I made that sits on a desk, okay? So it's one of those real small lamp shades. And this was just a shade that I had. I always like to spray the inside of mine gold so that they reflect the light. And this is kind of the purpley color that's in one of my rooms in my home. You can do magnets with Formflex. This is one thing the kids like a lot. All this is Formflex with a magnet stuck in it. I stick mine in when I go, but you could put this on different lamp shades, do whatever you want. I've made, what is that called? Napkin holder with magnets so that I can change it for the holidays. But you can use that on your lamps and change it if you're into different holidays and paint it up however, whatever fits with your house. these here are something that's really fun for this time of year. You don't have to have the bird houses. These bird houses were just simply made out of, can you see those in there?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay. These were just made out of foam board, okay? And this one I used tissue paper on. This one I actually used, I believe.
Stamping.
No, this one I used paper towel. I used paper towel on it because it had that. But I had a whole video on when I did these. But this is just a lot of leftover trim molds that I had, and that's how I made the roof. I put the tin from the Dollar Tree baking pan. I gave the sizes and everything of those, and there's 3 of them that go together. You can tell they've been by a window, so they're like totally, the green has faded. They were upstairs in a window, and I didn't realize that was happening. But anyway, that's the 3, and like I said, they're just made out of foam board. Okay, then some of the other things that you can do for home decor is you can use it on cupboard doors and drawers and that type of stuff. This right here, I did several of these drawers. This is the one I could get out because these drawers are used hard, okay? And probably they're in the back room. And they hold supplies, and I had to take everything out of it before I could show it. But so these are used hard. There's nothing gentle with these at all. If you see the back room, you'd know what I mean. And they all hold up. I don't even know how long ago. Did I do them 3 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, I did all different ones. I didn't want any of the drawers to match. Okay. Because I wanted to try it. It's just where nobody sees it, and it's back there, and I thought that would be a fun project. This was another one. You can get a patina look with it. This is just a piece, I believe. This my sister gave me this. I think this might have come from Hobby Lobby or something, and it didn't have the balls on it or anything, but I added all the Formflex pieces, and this sits on a table full of greenery in that, and this is a real fun piece. I love the sides. This is
You could even do
Formflex.
something like that for your outside silverware too.
Yeah, this is right here. This is all Formflex. The balls are not. Those are just wooden balls. But there's something else that you can do. Can you tell I love animal prints and animal stuff? This here is an old lamp. This is one of my favorite too. Oops. Did I kick it too far? I just kicked the camera. This is one of those things that hang in your bathroom this way. Yeah, I took it all apart, and that Brett was redoing a house, and I said, oh, I need those. So you can pick these up from Goodwill. You can pick them up probably for free. But the screw goes in here, and then I put the ball in, and it has a candle that goes in it. And this is painted to look like concrete. The texture, all I did was add baking soda to my paint to make the texture on the paint.
Or the ash from your pellet stove.
Yeah, well this right here, you guys, and I just got cornstarch on it. But this right here, this is waxed, and then I just used ash from the pellet stove to give it that
concrete.
Yeah, or the old world look more. This is more like a concrete finish. This is more like an old world. Okay, so that's just done with ash from. There's all kinds of finishes out there that you could purchase to do this type of stuff with, and they're all good products. It just depends on what look you want and how often you like to change. I like to change way too much. Here's never finished painting this. Hopefully I will now, because I think I know more about what I want on it. This is a popcorn tin. Yeah, and I actually don't set this like this. I set it like this. I wanted this raised like that and this open, okay? So this is the way I use it. But you could finish this and paint this. What happened is I started this right here and I didn't like it. So now it's time to get it done and finish it. I did not like that at all. I know, you know, once I don't like something, I'm not a redoer.
Nope.
Nope. And then here we go. This is one of the very first pieces I think I ever made. And you know what this is? One of those plastic plant containers.
Yep.
It was all I had at the time, and I just added the Formflex to it. But this piece will probably be with me for the rest of my life, because that was something I made the very first thing ever. So there's the home decor. I mean, there's just so much, you guys. If you can dream it up, you can do it with Formflex. Formflex will get hard after it's sealed. You can put UV resin. I just showed this here, this crown, not too long ago. Piece of wood, did that, and I did UV resin right along the inside. So if somebody bumps it, nothing's gonna happen, and there's no gentle giants where I live. So that's the reason. But there's another thing. I mean, it's that flexible. The other thing that you can do with it is you can add skewers to it. If you want bottle toppers, didn't I have a crown? I had a little pink crown too. You can add toothpicks to it.
Right here.
And I've done videos. Probably the most thing I do is, and I don't have one, is the fleur-de-lis.
Oh yeah.
And all you do is you put a channel in the back of it. Let's see, like right here. I put a channel. I took the skewer when I made my casting and I rolled it in there, okay, and pushed that in. And they'll work if there's ones that will match up. Same with these angels. I did the exact same thing. Put it in there and back and forth. And you can even go, this goes on top of an egg. And so I didn't want, it's a kind of smaller egg. So instead of a skewer, I used a toothpick. The same goes with the making the napkin rings. Make your casting, stick your napkin ring, rock it back and forth, and then once your Formflex is dry, you can take and glue that in. Now drying is another thing. How long does it take for Formflex to dry? That all depends a lot on your climate. Air movement is what drives Formflex compound. So if you take it out, you can put it on like a cooling rack, a cookie sheet, yeah, or a baking cooling rack, not a cookie sheet, because you've got the air movement underneath it. Yeah, you can lay it on foam, you can lay it on cardboard, just
Wood.
About anywhere. But the one thing I will tell you, be really careful. Don't lay it to dry where you don't want it to stick.
Or you don't want it to get bumped.
Well, not even that. It stuck to my granite countertop, and I didn't even think about it. I thought, it's cool there. I laid it down, and it was hard to get up. I mean, I think that was a long time ago that I did that. So if you don't want it to stick to somewhere, don't lay it there, okay? Or at least put parchment paper under it. That's my thing. I don't ever put anything under it. You can do decoupage, you can do burning with it. I've showed lots of videos on that. I'm just trying to explain some of the uses that you can do with this. I love to make jewelry.
The versatility.
Yeah, the versatility of Formflex. Jewelry is probably one of the things I like the most. I love to wear jewelry. I like to wear great big jewelry. And these are some of the pieces I've made. I've posted them all. Jewelry's my thing. I made all kinds of bracelets. These are just made from old ribbon spools or
duct tape.
Yeah, or empty tape rolls. Okay, so that's something you can do with it. And because it stays flexible, you don't have any problem. And some of the bracelets I sold, and they were absolutely beautiful. And there's some that I wished I would have kept. This one here is on a
Stepped on you.
just like, yeah, I did.
Sorry, I saw
This
that.
one is on a band. just a silver band, and then I put FormFlex on that. This is a really big bracelet. I mean, I've tried to squeeze it and squeeze it, and I don't hardly ever wear it because it falls off my arm, and I just can't squeeze it enough. So just kind of make sure what you're doing, that you get it to fit on your arm, and make sure that you try it before you do it. I know you can buy those blanks on Amazon. The other thing that you can do with it is you can use it and make it look like wood. How do you do that? Simple. Showed videos on this as well. I used Retique. You paint it, there's either dark or light. You paint it with Retique, and then you just stain it. Okay, and it turns out absolutely beautiful. You guys, this piece is really, this is another piece that's been around it's gone to shows and everything. It's been around forever.
It's a well-traveled piece.
Yeah, and once you first do it, most wood is not going to get beat up this bad. This has been in every suitcase, airport, everywhere you can imagine. So that's that. I always end up giving all the wood pieces away. What else do I have here? Oh, what else can you do with FormFlex? You can color it. You can add any kind of paint to it that you want. I prefer chalk paint. If you add acrylic paint, it might get a little soft. I use chalk paint a lot to add to it. Just grab it.
Can you use any powder pigment?
You can use pigment powder. Works the best. Absolutely the best. Chalk powder would work as well, but the problem is there's not very good colors in it. So you can try it. Try a little bit. And this is the black. I did use pigment powder to make the black. Black is probably my favorite. You do have to add quite a bit of black. This is green chalk paint. Add it to it. I got a piece of FormFlex on the back of that. And so the purple was mixed as well. And then the orange for Halloween.
What about the hammer?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so durability. Okay, durability and resin. Here we go. Okay, so yes, you can mix FormFlex with resin. Okay, this is actually epoxy resin. And you can see I put some big leaves in it. And I didn't get this one down far enough. I should have cut that in a bulk, but I didn't really care. But yeah, you can mix resin. The base is FormFlex. Okay, this is an IOD mold. I cast that. And then I poured my resin. Once the resin was done, I stuck it in the freezer and it came right out. I've done this with a lot of different pieces. This was one I just found this morning. I usually don't do those unless I want them right, I need them right away. And the nice thing compared to the resin is that it doesn't have an odor. So if you have sensitivity, autoimmune problems, all that type of stuff, FormFlex is a good fit to try. Is it durable? Yep, it's durable. And that's probably the number one question I get the most. And you can hit it with a hammer. Nothing's going to happen. Because it's flexible doesn't mean it's not durable. Okay? So you can hit any of them with a hammer and nothing's going to happen to them. Okay? That's the beauty of it. You can put this on your bikes. You can put it on helmets.
You make clocks with it.
Yeah, there's just not anything. If you can think it, what people use FormFlex for is pretty amazing. So then we get to the part of sealing and adhesion. And the only thing I'm going to tell you is not to use hot glue. Most any other glue will work. You can put FormFlex in the microwave. You can put it in fish tanks. You don't have to paint it. Like I made some blue mermaids and stuck them in the fish tank when we were testing it for like 8 months, okay? So you don't have to paint it. It's non-toxic. It's been tested. If you eat it, you're probably going to get plugged up. But here's another piece that's really fun with the leaves. Those were the green leaves. This, I think, was a couple years ago. Another well-traveled piece,
and this is another one that has both. This is resin and this is FormFlex.
Mm-hmm. So that... And I did a lot of that with the IOD mold to like the snow globe. But I think that's about it. I hope that this kind of makes you understand more about what you can do with Formflex. I got a bunch of notes here because every time I get on here, I forget to say everything. If you have any questions, if there's anything you want to see, message me and I'll try to make it happen. If you don't know how to decoupage burn with it, if you don't know how to make it bold like this, I've made candle cups, I've done all kinds of things. And I'm always here, and we are here to help you and walk you through it, or I'll do a video. If I can't find the video, then I'll say I'll do another one. Okay? So anyway, thank you so much. I hope this answers some questions. We're so thankful for all the people that have shared and sent messages and that type of stuff, and your kind words always put a smile on my face. So I hope everyone has a good, safe Memorial Day weekend, or today's last day of it, and have fun with
Hope
your
you
friends
enjoy.
and your family. Yep. Thank you so much for watching.